Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back. I have another Cybertruck accessory for you. This is the Underseat safe for your Cybertruck. It's made by Test Studios, and I'm going to go over just some of the features of this thing, how it works, and then we're going to go out to the truck and I'm going to show you how to install it. But without further ado, let's get started. So starting off with some of the features of this Underseat safe. One, as you can hear, it's made of metal. It's very durable, it's very heavy. And the way that this thing installs into your truck, someone's not gonna be able to go in there and just simply rip it out, but I'll explain that when I actually get into the install process. It does come with a fingerprint scanner. You can program up to multiple fingerprints in it, but to simply access it, all you're gonna do is simply place your finger here. You'll hear the click sound, and that allows you to turn the lock and actually open the safe. It is padded here at the bottom, so it just prevents things from actually rolling around and making a bunch of noise. It does require AAA batteries, which are not included, so please do keep that in mind when you purchase this thing, that you are going to need some batteries. I already know the first question that's in people's minds that are watching this is, can this safe fit a full-size firearm? Because especially I know some states are kind of interesting with their gun laws and all that, but I'm not going to get into that. But yes, you can fit a full-size firearm in here, a pistol. And I'm actually going to show you. So we got my trusty 1911 here. Yes, there's no magazine in it, and there's no bullet in the chamber. I unloaded it off camera. But yes, you can fit your full-size 1911 in here. Keep in mind though, this 1911, it's a bit snug in here. It pretty much takes up the entirety, top to bottom, of the safe. So maybe I would recommend maybe something a little bit smaller, something a little bit that's easier to access. But then again, at the end of the day, you know your firearm, you know how to use it, it's up to you. Once again, I'm just gonna keep it at that. But I'll take the pistol out of here. But I know next question people are gonna ask is, well, what if the battery dies? I need to access my firearm, the battery's dead, or say that maybe you have some condensation on your fingers are a little sweaty from the adrenaline. How else can I get in this thing? Well, I'm gonna answer that too. So they do include 2 of the switchblade style keys with this safe. And it's kind of like, these things are actually pretty conservative to the point to where you can kind of stow this anywhere, like in your Cybertruck. But originally, the safe does come with this little plastic piece that's on the front of the keyhole. I'm not a big fan of that, so I just popped it off and permanently removed it. And what I like to do is, while I'm driving, I will actually just, if I can actually, there we go, if I can get the key in there, I like to keep the key permanently here, because if for some reason, if this is not working, I can just simply push the lock over, unlock it, and access my firearm, and it's literally as quick as that. One big thing to keep in mind is make sure you program this correctly and make sure it works, because this thing from the factory, any fingerprint is going to be able to open this. I was a little like, I guess I programmed it wrong originally when I first got it, because no matter what finger I used, it was opening the keyhole, or it was opening the lock. I was very confused what was going on, but I guess I did program wrong. But just to show you, so here's the one that I do actually have programmed in here. As you can see, I can open it. But if we use my middle finger, sorry folks, doesn't work. Ring finger, doesn't work. Pinky, doesn't work. Main finger, works. So yes, please do keep that in mind. Make sure that the fingerprint actually took. So test it on multiple fingers, test it on a spouse and all that, just to make sure that this thing is actually programmed correctly. But that's really all the features of this thing. We're gonna take it out in the truck, and I'm going to show you how to install it. So to install our safe, first thing we're going to do is you're going to actually have to remove some bolts from the seat of the Cybertruck. It does come with this trusty little tool, but this, not going to lie, it's going to be kind of a pain. You can still definitely do it, but if you have like an actual wrench set or anything like that to actually remove these a little bit easier, I highly recommend that. So there's 4 bolts total that we're going to have to remove. There's, as you can see, I've already taken the 2, like all 4 of them out basically, but there's 2 here in the front, as well as 2 in the back. So once you remove the front 2, what you're gonna have to do is move your seat all the way forward so you can access the back 2, and I'll show you. So there's no need to actually show you how to install or remove the bolts on camera, because you're competent, you know how to do that. And we have 2 more bolts that are here in the back. And what that will allow you to do is to actually, you don't have to remove the seat, but it actually makes the seat so that you're able to lift it up. So once we have all 4 bolts removed, adjust your seat. So because basically what you're going to have to do is the safe itself, is going to go between here and here. But I'll show you kind of how that works here in a sec. So here's what the safe actually looks like installed, and it's very simple, all you have to do. So I'll take the bolts back out. But like I said, taking all 4 bolts out, what that allows you to do is it allows you to actually lift the seat up, because you're gonna have to install the safe between the floor bracket and the actual seat itself. But once you get everything lined up, just simply put the seat right back down. There's bolt number 1, fits nicely in there. And there's bolt number 2. And make sure that you tighten these things down all the way. You don't want your seat getting all like, you know, loosey-goosey and all that. And you're gonna do the same for the 2 bolts in the back. And folks, really that's it. It is literally that simple to install this thing. Taking out the bolts is going to be the biggest pain, especially if you only have this tool. Like I said, I highly recommend if you have some sort of wrench set or anything, just do it that way. It's honestly much easier. But getting into the truck, here's basically what it looks like. Here's my driving position. And it's just at the right spot to where if I need to access it, boom, easy. That's really it. Like I said, this thing is overall a very quick and dirty install. It's very simple. Once again, if you have any questions, anything at all, feel free to drop it in the comments below. But hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, but hope you enjoy the rest of your day. See ya.